Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today I am here very close to you, I feel like. So I am doing the end of the year book tag. It is again very dark today. Unintentional lo-fi end of year book tag. So I have the questions right here. I have my Goodreads pulled up as well. I read majority audiobooks and ebooks. Most of the books that I read are not in physical form, so if I happen to, own one, I will go and grab it, but most likely I'll put it right here. First question, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Besides my current reads, no. There aren't any books that I DNF'd this year or, put on hold or anything that I want to pick back up. I feel like the only books I DNF'd this year really were ones that I found problematic. I don't think I've DNF'd any books this year that I just didn't like. So I don't think I have any ones that are I'm in the middle of that I need to finish. So no. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Well, I'm filming this on November 8th, so it's already kind of autumn. If anything, I'm almost transitioning more into winter, I would say now, because to me December is like winter. I know we don't actually go into winter until the end of December, but for me this is definitely the end of fall is November. So I don't have any books to transition autumnally, but let me look if there's any I want to pick up to transition, we'll just say, into wintry kind of vibes. I feel like this is kind of a tough question because autumnally I've seen this, okay, first of all, I've seen this tag a lot around just in the past week, and that's when I really decided oh, I should do that. But I feel like we should be doing this tag not only for the last 2 months of the year. I feel like we should be doing this tag in August or September, honestly, to transition into the end of the year. But now it's already the end of the year, so all these questions about oh, what are you gonna read for the rest of the year, it's I only got 2 months, dude. Autumnally, I don't really have anything because I feel like I already read all of my autumn books. I am definitely interested in still picking up A History of Wild Places by Shay Earnshaw. I actually have an e-arc of that. It comes out December 7th, I want to say, or something like that. So I'm definitely gonna, because I have an arc, I'm gonna have to pick it up before the end of the year, but it's one that I really want to pick up. It's a thriller, but it's also kind of, I know, a little bit hard-hitting, spooky woods. There's a lot of, I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of atmosphere and just really good cozy vibes. That is one that I not only kind of need to pick up by the end of the year, but I do think that would be a really good transitional book just because she's so good at atmosphere that I feel like it's gonna be a good one for fall and or winter. So that is probably the one that I would say for that out of the books that I want to read. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? Well, Tide Song by Wendy Xu. She is the illustrator slash, I think, co-creator, or maybe I'm wrong, for Mooncakes, which is one of my favorite graphic novels of all time. So probably that one. The only other book that I have has yet to come out, or that I have yet to read on my most anticipated 2021 releases is Fools in Love, Fresh Twists on Romantic Tales, which is an anthology centered around each story is a different romance trope, and that's my current read. I actually only have 2 stories left in this anthology, so it's not really I'm waiting for it to come out because I got an e-arc of that one and I'm already almost done with it, and I'm actually really loving it. So History of Wild Places and Tide Song, I guess, are the only 2 that I'm kind of waiting for, but History of Wild Places I have an e-arc of, so I don't know. I kind of did really well this year at reading my anticipateds, and there's definitely some earlier in the year that I didn't get around to, but I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job in the latter half of the year of actually reading books that I received the arc of or that I'm excited for, and getting them from the library right when they come out and stuff. So I've done pretty good, I would say. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Only 3. I would love to read Window Shopping, which is Tessa Bailey's new romance, and it is holiday themed. It's a Ted Lasso themed holiday, or Ted Lasso inspired holiday romance book, which like instantly sold. Are you kidding? That one's definitely top of the list. And I think it's already out, but my library doesn't have it or anything, so it might be one I end up honestly picking up because I really love Tessa Bailey's writing. So that one. I would love to read Project Hail Mary, which was one of my most anticipated of the year, and I actually have a arc of it, so I would love to get to that one. I've heard really nothing but amazing things from it. It's just really intimidating for me because I know it's like a hunker. So I am a little nervous about like, you know, getting it done, but that's one that I want to read maybe this month, so then in December I can focus just on like holiday reads. So I'd love to get that done. Oh, you know what? I would love to read Rock, Paper, Scissors, which is Alice Feeney's new thriller, and I actually am in line for it at my library, so I should be getting it relatively soon. I think I'm like next actually, or something like that, so I would really love to read that one. So I know everything I said is like new releases, but I feel like that's what I'm most excited for, and I would love to pick them up before the end of the year. And all three of those, or no, one of them I already am almost getting from the library, the other one I have an arc of, and the other one I'll probably want to pick up anyways around the holidays, so I feel like it's realistic. No. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Ooh, definitely Rock, Paper, Scissors. I feel like has the potential because His and Hers was one of my favorite thrillers, probably of all time actually. I am really excited. I know I keep saying the same ones, but that's just because I'm so excited for them. I am really excited for Project Hail Mary. I just feel like I'm nervous for it, but I think that I'm going to love it. Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. That's another one I feel like has the potential to really, really kind of blow me away. But I've heard kind of iffy things about that one actually compared to House on the Cerulean Sea. People say that Under the Whispering Door is like so nervous about it, but we'll see. It's just been such a bad year. Like I don't even know what my favorite read of the year is yet, so I'm hoping and praying that these will shock me. And the last question is, have you already started making reading plans for 2022? I have not actually. The only thing I've done so far is made on Goodreads. I made a most anticipated 2022 releases folder, but I did that like 6 months ago when 2022 releases started being like announced. So what I really need to do is make a 2023 one. I have set, like in my mind, I've set some goals, but not necessarily reading plans. Like I really want to focus on the physical books that I own this year and try to read at least, have read at least half of the books I own. And, you know, kind of like get through my physical TBR. Along with that, I would also really like to start focusing, the latter half of the year, I have focused a lot of this year, I have focused a lot on my Goodreads TBR. I posted like my TBR Veterans video, and I knocked off like 6 books in that video. But the problem is that if you watch that video, most of the books that I read ended up being like 3 stars or even lower. So that has made me really nervous for books that have been on my TBR for a while, because I feel like maybe there's just, you know, other things have come out that I'm more excited for, and maybe my expectations have gotten, you know, raised a little bit. So it makes me really nervous. So I'd love to really focus on my physical TBR. And I think I'm going to set up maybe like a challenge for myself for that. Like a reading challenge where I have to read like 2 a month at least or something like that, but do it in kind of a fun way. I'm not quite sure. I also was looking up a lot of the reading challenges on Storygraph because I love their reading challenges and like the way that you can like mark them off. I think it's really like satisfying and nice. And you can get like inspo, because for each prompt, if you click on it, like anybody who's added books to that prompt, it creates like a master list. So it's like really good for getting ideas and inspiration and everything. But I found one that was kind of just a fun way to go through your TBR. And I might use that, but just exclusively use it for owned books. So kind of switch it up a little bit. But again, focusing on just getting my TBR down. I have not very many books because I've really, really been trying to cut down on my TBR, especially on Goodreads. So if there's a book I'm iffy on, I've just been kind of like taking it off of my TBR, and then if I happen to see it at like a thrift store or something, then maybe I'll pick it up, maybe. But I've kind of made my Goodreads just ones that I'm like really keen to read. And then yeah, just like reading through like my 2020 releases and my 2021 releases, because now I'll be focusing probably more on 2022 and 2023 releases. So just trying to like stay up to date, I guess, on books kind of as they come out and stuff. So that's my main goals. But I haven't really made any like specific reading plans or done anything like that. But for the rest of the year, I want to focus on my like NetGalley arcs and my physical arcs, really get my arcs down, and then probably reading holiday books kind of in December, and then also working on arcs throughout December. So that's kind of like where my head's at for the rest of the year, but I haven't really made any like exclusive plans for 2022 yet. So that was my end of year book tag. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, fun, small, short little video. Just kind of talking about my plans for the rest of the year and books that I'm excited for and all of that. So yeah, be sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!